fellow Falcoholics. What is up? Welcome to another recorded edition of the Falcoholic Live. I'm here to bring you another 2022 draft prospect interview. Today, I'm joined by Houston edge rusher David Anenih, a remarkably consistent 5-year player for the University of Houston. Had at least 4 sacks every year for each of the last 4 years, along with 6.5 tackles for loss in each of those years as well. So a very consistent, disruptive player against both the pass and the run. Had his best season in 2021 with 10 tackles for loss, 30 total tackles, and 5 sacks, along with 2 pass breakups and a forced fumble. So a productive player, sort of a prototypical 3-4 outside linebacker at 6'2", 245. Really great arm length, over 34.25-inch arms. So tremendous arm length. Had some pretty darn good athletic testing as well. Anenih is a guy that's getting some day 3 hype, potentially even early day 3 at this point. The Falcons worked with him pretty extensively at his pro day. I believe Falcons defensive line coach Ted Monachino worked with him for quite a while after the pro day had ended. So there's clear interest there from the Falcons that we get into a little bit during the interview. But Anenih is just a really nice guy, real humble guy, someone who I'd love to see in a Falcons uniform. I think he fits the defense really well, and it was great to get an opportunity to talk to him. So thanks again to David for sitting down with me for this interview, and I hope you guys enjoy the interview as well. So here we go, guys. Enjoy my chat with Houston edge rusher David Anenih. Fellow Falcoholics, what is up? Welcome to another recorded edition of the Falcoholic Live. I have another NFL draft prospect interview for you today. I'm joined by Houston edge rusher linebacker David. Okay, and I think, is it Anenih or how do you say it? Just so I don't butcher it.
Anenih.
Anenih?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was somewhat close, but yeah, that I love the spelling of it, but I just wasn't exactly sure. So David Anenih joining us. He is at D Anenih on Twitter. David, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Excited to get a chance to talk to you. I know you have a lot of fans in the draft community. Some Falcons fans were excited when they heard that the Falcons were showing interest in you at the pro day. So I guess we'll start off with that. I believe it was defensive line coach Ted Monachino was working with you. Anything interesting there? I know they talked with you and worked through at your pro day, but yeah, how was that experience for you?
It was a good experience for me. I met him right before the pro day. We talked to each other. He told me that he was just going to be working me out. So that was when I met him right before the pro day actually started. And then we did some drills. That went well. Thought I moved well in that. Was showed that I can move around in space. Was really fluid. And after pro day was over, we talked for about probably 30, 40 minutes. Had a really good conversation just about the Falcons defense, and what I could potentially bring to the table.
That's great. Yeah. Sure, that was an interesting conversation. I know that it's year 2 of this Falcons defense, and Falcons fans are interested to see the direction that they go. Obviously, I think you're a terrific fit for it. I know you played a versatile role at Houston, a lot as a 3-4 outside linebacker, as well as a hand-in-the-dirt defensive end, some off-ball stuff as well. Where do you sort of see your best role going forward? Do you like playing sort of the edge rusher role more off ball? What's your sort of favorite role on the football field?
Yeah, well, I definitely see myself as an edge rusher. Like you said, at Houston, I played in the 4 down. I've also played in the 3-4 before, so I think that's what makes me a special player is that I can be versatile. I can play in the 3-4. I can play in a 4 down front. Me personally, what I think I do best is possibly being in a 3-4 defense to where I could drop in coverage, and then second and long, third and long, attach myself to the front and rush the passer.
Yeah, that was something that I watched a couple of games of your tape before coming on the show, and that was definitely something that stood out to me as a potential strength of yours is that, I know Dean Pease, the Falcons love to drop their outside linebackers in coverage from time to time. And it's not something that every edge rusher is built to do, to take a few steps back and drop in coverage. And I think you definitely have
Right.
that ability. So definitely adds to your versatility and skill set. I know you probably had a very busy offseason. Anything in particular you've been doing to help prepare you for the draft?
Um, I mean, I've been having since my pro day. I've been having like a lot of meetings with coaches via Zoom. I've also been having some top 30 draft visits um, to different facilities and stuff like that. It's funny because after pro day, I thought I'd have like a little break before the draft, but I mean, I've been hopping on a plane every other day. So, but I mean, it's a blessing, and I thank God for this opportunity that I have that He's given me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's hard work, and it's also probably kind of fun to get to see some of these teams, get to see these facilities, and really tour around. You know, that now that you're sort of at the next step of your career, to sort of get a little taste of that, I imagine that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Also exhausting because it's a job interview. You know, every minute that you're there, you're sort of on the clock, so it's tough. Yeah. Speaking of that, you are sort of at the next stage of your career. In your early football years, have you always sort of wanted to play pro football, or is that something that has come along over the years?
I mean, it's definitely something that's come on. Well, I would say, I mean, I didn't really start playing football until my junior year of high school. That was my first full year of football. Before that, I was a soccer player, played club soccer my whole life. That was my first sport, my first love. Um, so from the minute that I started taking football serious, I knew it was something I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like me actually. I started off playing soccer as well when I was young, and then transitioned to football later. So definitely get that. Um, any particular NFL or other or college players that you sort of model your game after?
I would say Von Miller for sure. For me, I like to watch guys who are similar to my body type, similar to my size. Um, that's 6'2", 6'3", 250, 255 pound range. So I would say Von Miller is a perfect example of that. Someone that I model my game after, because he's a speed rusher, finesse rusher. And he can bend with the best of them, and that's somebody who I mainly watch.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense considering your role and your skill set. Von Miller, obviously, still one of the most productive pass rushers in the NFL. I believe this is like season 10 or something
Yeah.
for him at this point. So the longevity is really striking there. And that's one thing I noticed when looking at your college history. You know, you're a 5 year player at Houston, and over the past 4 years, at least 4 sacks every year, even in 2020 when there's only 7 games. How have you managed to be so consistent with your production year after year?
Um, I mean, for me, it's I take pride in just my work ethic, and also just the ability to really just stay healthy. That's the main thing. Staying healthy, staying in the training room, getting your body right, and of course, God. I mean, God is always helping me to just do what I need to do on the field. I mean, I can't do anything without Him. So first and foremost, that goes to God. But I mean, just my work ethic and just the pride that I take, and just getting ready for games. Since I was a freshman, since I started playing at Houston, like you said, I've always been that way.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and it shows. And there's a saying that goes around in the NFL and scouting community that's, you know, your best ability is availability, and that's certainly something that you have in spades. I believe it. At least 10 games played in 2018, 9 2019, 7 2020, and all 14 in 2021. So certainly no shortage of availability there. Um,
Right.
Yeah, I was going over your athletic testing. I think it was from your pro day, and obviously tremendous numbers there with the jumps in particular, outstanding. Obviously, that 4.7, 4.40 is very impressive at your size. Anything in particular that what do you feel sort of your best trait as a football player? You know, is it your power? Is it your explosiveness? Your speed? What is your sort of calling card?
I would say it would be my explosiveness, just my ability to get off the ball. Um, I don't think there's anybody in this draft that can get off the ball and turn the corner like I do. If you watch the tape, and you can see my get off, my ability to turn the corner and sack the quarterback. So that's what I would say I do best.
Yeah, that's a good one to have for sure. That trump card of explosiveness is a big deal at the NFL level. It translates for sure.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, we talked a lot about football stuff. Anything else outside of the football field, unique, interesting that you do or that fans should know about you?
I'm a big anime guy. I'm
Yeah.
a big anime guy. My favorite anime is Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball manga, of course. I mean, Dragon Ball Super is personally my favorite.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm big on Dragon Ball.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny because I was when I was young, Dragon Ball Z was on like every afternoon. So I remember running home from school to watch, the OG Dragon Ball Z, the Cell Saga, and all that stuff.
I
So
was the
yeah, I
same one.
definitely, yep. So that was I haven't seen Dragon Ball Super, but I do remember Dragon Ball Z the old days. That's very very quality
You
program.
yeah. Dragon Ball Super is better than Z to me.
Okay, well,
The fighting scenes, all that, the action is just better to me.
okay, I'll have to check it out then because I still haven't seen it. So yeah, okay. I know you've been working real hard this offseason with football stuff. Have you got a chance to do anything fun this offseason?
Hmm. Have I had a chance to do anything fun?
I know the workouts and the going to the teams is probably fun, but
Yeah. Um, I don't think so. I don't think I've had
yeah,
the time. I don't think I've
yeah,
had the time. I mean, right after the season, immediately I start training. And
hmm
right
hmm
after training to get ready for pro day, pre-draft workouts, all that. And then now, like I said earlier, I thought I was gonna have some off time, but
yeah,
I mean, taking all these visits, hopping on the plane, and so no, I haven't had any time. Hopefully
yeah.
after the, I have like probably like a week or something.
Yeah, maybe go celebrate, go get a nice dinner, and then it's right back to the grind, But
Right back to the ground. Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, I think that's one thing that fans don't always understand is like there's not break time. It's not like okay, the bowl game's over, it's time to go take a break. It's like no, if you're going up for the draft, it's immediately back in the training room
Yeah.
because working out for the combine and these pro day drills is not the same as working out for the football field. Like it's very different. So,
Yeah.
um, so I do appreciate that. I hope you do get a chance to have some fun after the
Yeah.
draft. Get a chance to take a little break before you got to start OTAs and all that. But David, this has been awesome to talk to you. Really appreciate your time. Anything else you want to let the people know about? Anything you like to plug or anything like that before we sign off?
No, I think that's all, man.
All right. Well, we'll certainly be hoping that you do end up in Atlanta. I think it's a tremendous fit. I would love to see you there. Love to talk to you more at training camp and stuff like that if you end up in Atlanta. But I'm sure whoever gets a chance to draft you is going to get great players. So again, thanks for your time and best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good day.
Yes, sir.